What's up everyone, I am Silas. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are interested in contents related to architecture and design, like, share and follow to Arc Studio. Today we will be looking into the third part and the final part on the series of three videos of AutoCAD. So in the previous sessions, we basically looked into the introductions in AutoCAD, unit settings, drawing and modification tools, precise working, management tools, and layers and blocks. And also I discussed some of the sites that would be providing you free CAD blocks. Then today we will be discussing on the annotation and dimension along with the leaders. And then we will be going into the final part, that is plotting the drawing on the scale with the help of layouts. The previous sessions I will be putting in the description so as you to look into it as well. Jumping onto the AutoCAD screen, today I have basically took our drawing, which is the house drawing. So we'll basically use this so as to create a dimensioning, annotation, and also provide the leaders. And then we will be looking how to plot it. Okay, so first thing what we have to do is the dimensioning of this house. So for that we will be going to the first on the top toolbar. There will be option known as annotation, where in which you will be seeing something called dimension. If you can also use a dim and then enter space bar so as to get the same, or you can either click on this dimension and then what you need to do is go just click, make sure your snap object is on, and then click on the first point, then the second point, and drag it down. So now you would be seeing a problem that is sometimes you will be seeing a problem that is the dimension which is mentioned will be really small. If you could zoom in, you will understand that it is really small. So what you have to do, just nothing, you don't need to worry for doing that. You just need to select it. Okay, go to annotation part, annotation out here in the toolbar, and then go to manage dimension style, and whichever you have selected, it will be ISO or standard, whichever you have, then just click modify. Okay, and then you will come to such a dialog box where in which you can add you can basically change the text size, that is you will see text height. You can change it to like 230 or like it be 200, and then you can also change the color of it and also the style of the font that you want. You can click here and basically go and change the font name and also the font type, whether you want italics or illegal, and then just give apply changes and go back. For example, if I'm doing Arial black, and I can just give it apply and then give close. Then you can also align this according to, now most of the cases it will be in the horizontal scale. Horizontal means it will just align in the XY direction or from left to right. Okay, if you are aligning it with a line, means that if you are having an object which is in the uh, in the straight or the vertical lines, what happens is you this dimensioning will be also parallel to that line. Okay, it will, all the dimensioning will be parallel to that. If you could see the preview, you can understand that dimension which is on the top side where my cursor is, that lines, this is basically parallel to that. If I'm making it horizontal, it will become perpendicular to that as well. Okay, so aligning with the dimension is also a really good option when you are doing or working with AutoCAD. Then coming on to the arrows and symbols, you can change the type of dimensioning lines that you require. For example, normally what I normally prefer is architectural ticks, that there will be two slashes that would be basically representing the end points of your dimensioning line. You can also change the scale of it, and now also I'm just making it 100, and that is what normally which is being used. You can also change the fit of it. You can also change the primary units, like you need the precision to be what factors or so. I making it 0.0 or 1 decimal or 2 decimal is more than sufficient. And then you can give OK. Okay, and then you can give again close. So now you can see that the dimensioning is now proper. Okay, it is in a proper scale or so. Next, what you can next thing what I'm going to teach is the your text part, how you could add a text. Go to home, you can see there is an option called text. Okay, There are two types of fonts, normal M text or the text itself. Okay, normally what we use is the M text. You can either use you can either type M text in your keypad, that is M text. You can see something M text empty, you write, you get a short command, press space bar, you will get the option so as to create a box. Okay, if you are you can also use the same with the help of going to home, pressing uh, on the toolbar itself. Okay, then you will come to a setting like this now, and then you will go to a text editor or format. Okay, from here you can basically write whatever you want. Now with the position that which we are is which we have placed it is a master bedroom, so we'll just type master bedroom and bedroom. And now you can basically select this and you can change the font size. Okay, now it is 2.5, which is really small because the dimension of the wall is around 230 mm. Okay, this is like 2.5 mm, which is really small, so I'll just make it 200. And then you can also change whether to make it. Okay, then if you will see that at times it will be really small, just click escape, then you will see that it comes into the size, because it's because when we are it basically at that moment what scale it is in, that it basically tries to show it so as to make you understand that it is going to be this much big. Okay, when you are scaling it, it's okay, so that is what it is trying to show. Then when you press escape, it will come back to the proper size. Then if you want to change the font size, if you want to change the scale of it, just double click it, just select the font that you require, and you can basically from here there is an option known as bold, or you want it italics, or you want to just slash it, you want to underline it, you want to overline it, or you want to change the font, like you want to change it to Arial normal or so. You can do it, and either you can press escape, then it will basically go. Okay, and you can also, what you can do is you can give bullets as well from the option known as paragraph. From here you can give the bulletins as well. You can, there's option known as bulleting and numbering. You can either give numbering or you can select bulleted. Okay, and then there is an option so as to align it. Fine, there's a left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, and also a full length alignment as well. Okay, you can basically use it. And if you want to add symbols, like if you want to add degree or if you want to add angle, you can basically after just select, just make sure that you have the text or the typer cursor being on, and then you can go to the symbols and you can basically use, there is degree, plus, minus, the diameter, angles, or boundary lines also is also mentioned. For example, if you want omega to be seen or ohm to be seen, I am just clicking ohms, you can see that omega has been arrived, okay, in your text or in your font. So that is what is its use. So that is, you can also change the color, you can double click it, and also from here in the formatting option there is like bilayer, you can change it to whatever color you want. Now it let be in yellow, and then you can just press escape so as to get the color. Fine. This is how you provide text. Next and last option, that is known as the leader. Leader is basically if you want to give an arrow to it, and you want to basically provide from here. I just need to show arrow so as to provide showcase them. This is a bed, or this is a chair and a table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the leader. Okay, you can also type leader, then also it will come. If you click leader, and then there is an option, that is first option will be the text part, and second option will be the point at which you want it to be placed. Okay, so it is placed. So you can see it is slightly small according to the views. Okay, there again at text editor arrives, you can basically type it, like I'm typing it as table. Okay, and then I'm pressing escape, so it basically showcases this. Now I'm thinking that it is really small, at times it will be really small. So what you can do is you can select it, go to annotate, there will be an option known as multi-leader. Go to go to manage multiple multi-leader, and then what you can do is go modify. Similar to the dimension, you can basically change the size of the arrow. Like now it is a closed fill. I just want it to be a dot. Then I'm just changing it to 200, and then leader structure and the content, or the size of it, size of the height also could be changed and given okay. And then if you close it, you can see the text size as well as the arrow out here changes. There is one more thing. If you zoom in, sometimes you will be seeing that there is a break. Okay, if you select it, you can see there is one rectangle and a arrow. If you select the arrow, then you can basically move it parallel a little left or left, so that to give it a break. Okay, so this is basically a break which for the arrow that we have provided. Okay, so in such a manner you can basically provide the annotation as well. Then coming on, now we will come to the last and final thing, that is how to plot your drawing in the CAD, so as to get it in a proper sheet format. So for that, I will be telling you what is the difference between a model and a layout. So model, if you could go down in this small tool, there are long toolbar that is in the bottom. You will be seeing a option known as model and something known as layout. So model is a space and wherein which you are working, or wherein which the scale is 1:1. Okay, you are drawing everything in 1:1 in model. Okay, so you are making everything in 1:1 here, and then you are taking it to a layout wherein which you will change the paper size. You will not change, you can change the paper size, along with you can change the scale of the object so as to fit it in the paper. For example, when you draw it in a hand drawings or so, what we do in a sheet of paper, we change the scale of the object that is present in a physical space into a scale that is able to be fixed into a paper. Similarly, in the layout, we do such a thing. Okay, so that is what is the difference between layout and a model. So you can see that not only here, there is also option out here. Okay, model or paper space in this corner as well. I'll show you what is the difference between that. Now, if you go to layout, you can see you reach such a interface. Okay, such an interface is basically this white represents a sheet of paper. Okay, so now you can change the sheet of paper as well. For example, if you right click it, there is an option known as page setup manager. If you click it, you will come to such an interface. Then you can click modify, and then you from here, it is now it is mentioned as Microsoft print to PDF. So you will be just limited to some of the options out here, like a B5, B4, A5, A4, A3. Okay, this is basically used as a printer type. If you want to make it as a plotter type, you can go to AutoCAD PDF, or AutoCAD PDF high quality, AutoCAD PDF small file, whichever it is suitable for you as well. You can basically convert it. I am just using it as AutoCAD PDF. Then it will show where you to resize it. Okay, use it as whatever. Just click it where, click on the first option, and then you can see there is a lot many options where the plotter is being used for plotting. For example, you have A1, A0, A2, A3, A4, ArcD, RC, NSD. So there are a lot many formats in which you basically plot it. So you can use that as well, so as to create your uh, required sheet size. Okay, now I'll go to Microsoft print to PDF. Okay, and then I will select something known as a let it be a B4 sheets. Okay, I'll change it to a B4 sheet, and then I'll change this into layout. Okay, why this to be made into layout, I'll tell you later, because there is also option as windows extends and display, where which means that you can plot. If you are making it in display, you can print anything that is in your screen. So I'll tell regarding that in a little more later phase. And then you can see you should make sure the scale out here is fixed, that is in 1:1. If you change the scale, means there is a problem that your sheet is gonna get entirely distorted and you will not get the proper required quality. And then on the top part, you will see there is an option known as a pen assignment or the plot style table. Normally we keep it none, or ACAD. ACAD is basically the colored print. And if you want it to be in a monochromatic one, you can basically use the grayscale or the monochrome, so as to get it in a black and white. And I'm just using it as none right now. and then you can basically use it. A plot object line weight is required a must. Then you can basically create, if you have created some transparency as we have mentioned in the last class, if you have created some transparency, you can check that as well. And also you can check if there is any plot style or so, you can basically click that as well. Whichever you require, you can basically click it. You can also scale the line weight according to the plotter size. Okay, according to the size of your sheet, you can basically scale it. So like that, I can basically tick that as well. And then there is known as the orientation, or which, however, if you want the B4 to be in landscape or in portrait. Okay, so now it is to be in landscape. So I'm clicking landscape, and now I'm giving OK. So now you can see that the sheet has changed. Okay, and then you can give close. Then this layout could also be renamed. Okay, I'm just renaming it. When you are renaming, something like this will occur, and then I just need to close it and then type it as trial 101 and press enter. So you get it fixed. Okay, so that is how you basically create a sheet size. And then what you have to do is you need to have a proper layout or a template to be made so as to create. So if you should make sure that now you are in paper space. Out here there is a option known as paper. So make sure in your paper, and if you want, you can delete, you can select this and delete. Now you can see that you got a plain paper. Then if you want small boxes, or you want an entire frame which you have already have, that is in the model space, anything to be brought out here, what you need to do is mview, type mview and space and press enter. Okay, and then draw the rectangle that you require. Now I'm just drawing a rectangle like this and keeping. So now you can see that you got the model space in your paper. Okay, then you can basically go to change this paper to model. So now what happened is you can work inside this. Okay, so this will help you basically to work in the space, that is the work in 1:1 scale. Okay, and then what you can do is that there is an option called lock here, and also there is an option known as scale of the selected view portal. So here the view portal is the box that we have created. You can change this scale to whichever scale you want. If you are pressing 1:100, what happens is that now whatever you have created is in your paper, it is in 1:100. That is the meaning. Okay, it has already scaled itself automatically to 1:100. Okay, you can shift it to 1:50 or 1:20, 1:10. You can also customize it. For example, you can press on it and you can basically click on the option known as customize, and from here you can give add, and now I'm just giving the drawing units to be 200. Okay, paper unit is 1, drawing unit is 200, and name 1:200, and press OK. Okay, you will get an option like this. Just click OK, go here, press 1:200. You see that now the scale just changed to 1:200, so that you can fit both the things. You can basically customize according to your wish. Now I'm just keeping it as 1:100 and then keeping only one side, and then you just need to lock it. View the you can just lock the viewport so that it doesn't move. Okay, now you can work in it so that it is in 1:100. All the things what is there in the paper is 1:100. Nothing to do, nothing to worry about. This is the proper method how to use AutoCAD so as to create a proper scaled model. Okay, now I am switching this to the paper. So once you switch to the paper, you will be only able to select the portals and you can basically work on the paper. Okay, like the model space is now fixed. You can't work in the model, or you have to go to the model out here, or you need to shift between the model space and the paper space. Okay, and then you can create the template now. Okay, for example, normally you can create a template and keep. Now I'm just creating with the help of a line tool. I'm just creating a box at the down, and then also I'm just creating a box like this. And with the help of the line, with the help of our m text, I'm just creating a text, and then I'm just typing it as Arc Studio enter revision drawing. The thing is that if you enter on the sender enter button, not the corner enter button, which is under the in the numerator tab. What happens is this basically helps you to go to the next line. Okay, that is what the center enter button does, and the last enter button basically used it so as to get out of it. Okay, now you can basically press escape so as to basically make it. So I just got a template where in which I just wrote Arc Studio revision drawing. Also you can use it as house plan. I'm just copying it, and then I'm just writing it as house plan. And this, I'm just increasing the size as well, selecting it size to be like 10, and just press enter. And then from here you can basically align this, you can basically make it make this line a little extended as well. And then just press escape, you will get house plan. Then I'm just, with the help of move tool, M space, I'm just moving it. Now you can see you got a proper layouted screen. You can basically create this layout and keep wherever you want, and then you can with your interest, with like logo, with that numerator, or with the proper scales, mentioning everything, whatever you want all dimensions to be in the millimeters, and such stuff could be also added onto this in the template that you are trying to make. Okay, so that is how you do it. And now if you want to plot it, now I want to plot this, you can go left click it and just click plot. So again you will come across this thing, just click OK. So it will ask for where you have to save it. You can basically save or type whatever once you want it to be. For example, I'm now saving it the desktop, and then you can save it as uh, RRR. Okay, let it be, and then saving it. Cool. So it will come and will be see whether you need to view it. You can go and to view as well. So now you can see that I basically got my PDF made. You can rotate it according to we can change it with the help of a PDF rotator. You can change it as well, the uh, the rotation as well. Fine. So this is how you plot a page. So now we'll just talk about what was the display and the Windows option for be plotting. Coming back to my AutoCAD screen, if you go to model option, okay, if you want, if you go here and then left click and then click plot, there will be option coming up like this, similar to the layout one. So here there is an option known as, there will be no option known as layout. There will be something known as display. So if you click OK for the display, okay, I need to mention the plotter, that is the PDF. I'm just making it to PDF, making it into landscape, and then it will be showing how it is gonna make it. Okay, so if I go and click preview, you will see that it will create whatever was there on our win on our screen would get plotted. So that is what that option means. And then there is an option known as extend and limits are basically, you can type extend and limit and keep it already set, which normally we don't use much, because we have a option on as layout and also windows and display, because we never use extents and limits nowadays. Before it was it was used heavily, but now we don't use it, because in the later AutoCAD some the options started coming up like this. Now if you one more thing is that is windows. So if you click windows, it will ask for you to draw a rectangle so as to create. Okay, if you drew a rectangle, and then now if I go and check the preview, you will see that the rectangle which I drew will become the subject that needs to be plotted. Okay, that is what the windows does. Okay, you can close it again. If you go, you can basically change it again with again clicking on the windows. Then you can again change the size of the window again with the help, and then you can also create okay, and then you can just get it published. Okay, similarly. So now one more thing I'll tell you is, if you are having multiple layouts, I am creating a copy, left clicking it and creating something like move or copy, left clicking it, create a copy, I'm ticking and giving okay. You will see there is a copy of it made on the layout. Okay, if you want multiple of this to be plotted together, This for that, just click shift, press shift and then click on the second and the first, and then left click it, and there will be option as publish selected layouts. Click on that, you will come such a option. Make sure before this itself you need to set up your plot page setup manager to a proper format. That is, I'll just go back, I'll tell you, left click, there is a, just press, just to go to the model, then come back, then you'll see that it is unchecked. Then if you left click, make sure that you go to the plot, sorry, you go to the page setup manager out here and set up your pages, you modify it, make sure you are having all this setup okay. In the second also, you just to go to the first option, and then again you just go to page setup, modify it, make sure whatever you want to do is properly checked and give okay, and then only go and press shift and then select on the required number of layouts and left click it, and then click on publish selected layouts. Okay, so then you get such a dialog box that is which shows that which all are gonna get print, that is the trial 01 and the trial 02 is gonna get published, and then you can basically click publish, and it will ask where you want it to be. I'm just saving it to the desktop like RRR02 and select. Okay, so it will start printing, like it will start plotting it. For checking whether it is plotted, you can basically see there is a print sign coming up here. This basically helps you to know whether it is printing or not. Okay, you can just click close, then you can see that it is printing. Okay, it is just getting plotted only, it is not getting just finished. Okay, when it's finishes, it will become the green tick will come up there. Okay, so now it shows that the plot on job is completed, so I'll just go and check the file. So now you can see there is like two papers. Okay, there is two sheets. Okay, like the two drawings that was there. Now it is a multiple paged PDF. So this is how you create the PDF and just plot it. So that's for today's class, and this comes to the end of the master class of AutoCAD 2D. And with that, we come to the conclusion. For the next class, I'll just show you how there are coming up videos where in which I'll show you how to draw the plan of a house fastly, or there's some shortcuts and tricks that could be used so as to create faster drawings in AutoCAD. And if required, I'll start off a series for Lumion and Vastu Shastra materials. Some many more are coming up. Stay tuned with Arc Studio. Thank you.